I recruited some people from local engineering colleges, sent all of them to our US office, got them fully trained on the VLSI chip design and all those things. They came back and they became our core engineers to develop our core chip, which we went into finally Apple's iPod.
Having an iPod was a dream for many college students and stuff.
Correct.
And you empowering that your chip was in all the iPods was...
Not only chipset, even the codecs, all MPEG-3, MPEG, all the codec, MPEG-2, all the codecs were also given by us.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
You co-founded PortalPlayer, okay, which was a revolution, which actually empowered the iPods. iPod was a sensation from the Apple. And, you know, all the way from a government job to becoming a co-founder, creating PortalPlayer, and Apple becoming your client as a key client. And what were the key strategies you used to build a globally competitive tech company in India? Because you just not bought tech companies, you built one. Bringing one, being the bureaucrat, doing it is, I understand that's a task. But this is a mammoth task of globally recognizing building a tech company.
Yeah.
This is a mammoth phase of your life. How did you do that?
See, I told you, I believe in God's grace. So one day what happened, when I was still having my office in Maitrivanam as a STPI director, one of my roommates in the college, that time he became the IPS officer, he came to my office.
In Karnataka, Hyderabad?
In combined AP, IPS officer.
IPS officer.
In Hyderabad. His name is J.V. Ramdu. He became later Director General of Police. So he asked me, he calls me Seshu. My first name is Seshu. Seshu, what is your bank balance? I said, my bank balance is zero or negative this thing. You got 3 kids, 2 daughters and a son. How are you going to get them educated, they're all studying in the central school, Picket, hardly any fear. How are you going to get, see in our caste, getting girls married is a very big expenditure. And I know that you don't take any personal money or favors, this thing you don't touch any corrupt money. How are you going to manage your... I said, God, so far he pushed me this thing, you will find a... No, you are doing injustice to your family. You have to leave the government and get into the private sector. Then people came to know that I'm leaving government. One US company called Metamar Global, they approached me whether I can be managing director, India head for the Metamar Enterprise Solutions. Anyway, I don't have any job and they offered a good salary. Then I said, yes, I will join. So that's how my transition from government to private sector happened.
Which year was this?
It was in 1998 end.
Okay.
Soon after the inauguration of Tech City. Then when I was running that company, within 8 months or this thing, some of my friends from Silicon Valley who were working in National Semiconductor in Silicon Valley, they called me. Jay, we're coming out of National Semiconductor. We're starting a electron chip design startup. We got only limited funding, $500,000 or whatever it is, angel money. With that small money, we cannot employ people here. We have to depend on the India or this thing. Why don't you also join so that India office is going to play?
So you were part of the co-founding team?
Yes. Then they asked...
How big was the co-founding team?
About 5 people.
About 5 people.
So...
5 or it's 5 people?
Yeah, 5. 4 were in US.
Oh, okay. 5.
Yeah, I was in India. All of them were in National Semiconductor. Then I joined with the team and we started PortalPlayer India, and I became the managing director for that. That time when I was leaving Metamar, almost I took 90% pay cut because this is a startup with a limited money. 90% pay cut.
Again, that's a swing.
I know that they can't afford to pay.
What was the guts behind taking all these random calls?
See, Bharat, I was always, I used to actually request some of the IT services company, why don't you get into startup and create a product and this thing, we have a lot of... No, Jay, startup is a very risky thing. We are into services, very easy for us, get a customer, employ X number of people. The headcount based building, this is easy for us, this thing, we can't take the risk of. But I had that, India has to get into the startups, it has to create this thing. And I got this opportunity, that too in the, not in the software, this thing, the hardware side, chip design, this thing. I mean, that really I got fascinated with that. Though I knew nothing about VLSI, Verila, front-end design, back-end design, and all that. This thing, I simply jumped at the this thing. I'm getting into a startup, that too product startup, that too the chip design area, without knowing a ABCD of chip design, and I took the salary cut and joined. So when I joined PortalPlayer, it was very difficult to get the manpower in the VLSI area, because Hyderabad was not having that manpower. They were all in Bangalore. They were not willing to come. Some people in Pune also, they were not willing.
So you
to
started this in Hyderabad.
Hyderabad. So then finally, at one point of time, I want to ship PortalPlayer Hyderabad to Bangalore, because critical manpower was not coming. Then I thought, why don't I innovate this thing? I recruited some people from local engineering colleges, sent all of them to our US office, got them fully trained on the VLSI chip design and all those things. They came back and they became our core engineers to develop our core chip, which we went into finally Apple's iPod. And iPod was driven.
I remember the first iPod when I was in college. It was such a fascinating tool to have. Until then it was only Walkmans, which used to come with a cassette and plug it in the ears and flip the cassette. The clarity was not that great. You need to put a battery. The Walkman itself was a trend back in 90s, and it was like a luxury material to have. But having an iPod was a dream for many college students and stuff. And you empowering that your chip was in all the iPods was
not only chipset, even the codecs, all MPEG 3, MPEG, all the MPEG 2, all the codecs were also given by us.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Okay, interesting.